welcome to OK Crafts. Pretty sure this is vlog number 6. Hopefully it is. Welcome to vlog 6. My name is Abby, and thank you if you are a returning viewer to join me in this madness. Welcome back. And if you're new, welcome. This is basically where I share my arts and crafts that turn out poorly and talk about it. Sometimes they turn out great. Hopefully they turn out great. Knock on wood, they turn out great. But that's not historically my experience, and I have projects to back that up today. So I'm very excited to get going. I do not have a lot of finished objects to share because I've had to start things over. Multiple things, multiple times. So we're gonna get started on that foot today, but it's great because it's a channel about being mediocre. So I'm just staying in my lane. There are also some acquisitions, a lot of acquisitions, and failure on that account as well. So join me on my journey through October, failing at knitting. Let's begin. My first and only completed object is a Musselburgh hat. This was my first Musselburgh hat. I knit it out of Bumblebee Acres Fiber Farm fingering weight coquette fiber in the colorway Dragonstone, inspired by Game of Thrones. I love Game of Thrones. I got a Daenerys costume in my closet. As a blonde, I feel like you can't not have a Daenerys costume in your closet with a dragon. The dragon's important. I also used to have some eggs, but they were also soap when I used them, so no longer. But this is a Musselburgh, and this took an entire skein. It was 461 or 64 yards. And then I ran out and used just a tiny little bit of black fingering weight scrap yarn that I had for the top. You're not going to see this end because it gets folded inside out. So you do the crown. I used Nitty Natty's crochet hook cast on. I had to do it once. Beautiful. Direction, stunning. Clarity, stunning. If you have a crochet hook, I highly recommend doing this option. I don't even know how the other options work because I don't care. The crochet hook worked great for me and I'm sticking to it. So this is the top. It turned out great. My decreases look like hell, and I'm just really grateful that they're in the color black because you can't tell. And again, it's an inside of the hat. But it is wrong. There's a lot of mistakes there. So many mistakes. But again, it's the decreases and it's inside the hat. No one's gonna need, no one's gonna see, and you wouldn't have even known if I didn't tell you. So those are the kind of wins we're looking for here, friends. So this is the hat. This is an adult size medium. And you can see it's like super saggy and big at the top. A vibe. If that's how you wanna wear your hat, go for it. I like my hats to fit on the snugger side at the top because I just do. I like this option though to have it a little like longer at the top because I have a lot of hair and my bun is massive. So I can make this hat bigger if I need to, if my hair is up in a bun. But right now it's down, so the hat can just like hug my head, and this is what it looks like. I'm very pleased, and I'm really happy with how consistent the variegation in the yarn is. Like the striping just happened on its own. I did absolutely nothing. No cutting the ball in half, no holding two things together, nothing. Amazing. Now, let me show you the other Musselburgh hat that I am making. Same yarn company, Bumblebee Acres Fiber Farm. This is their DK weight in the colorway Kenergy. I had to have some kind of Barbie colorway. I loved this. This is the second attempt. My first attempt, I worked on it. I started it after my race on Sunday. I ran a 50K ultra marathon in Nashville. I brought many knitting projects with me. And this is I had to start over 2 projects, and this is one of them. So my hat, I knit about this much. I had almost completed the entire skein. At that point, I was able to turn it inside out to get a better idea of how it would fit. It was massive. It was far, 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 far too big. And I looked at the gauge, like I read the directions. I typically don't read directions, but on this, I read the directions, and the directions were not good for me. I should have read Ravelry. So I used a DK weight yarn. I used a US size 6. Following the 5.5 option in the table instead of the 7 option is the better choice if you're looking to knit an adult size medium hat. So, unfortunately, I loved the pattern. The striping of the black was so good. It was so good. It looked super cute. There was a little bit of pooling at the top, but it was quirky, like myself. So I didn't mind it. This is unacceptable. And I was at an audition today, knitting on this in holding, and I had to stop. I had to stop. Here's the top. This will not be taken out. I love this. And this is honestly what the striping looked like in the bigger version. However, as I tip you up, this is all the like ombre greenish teal color pooling and some pink, and then it's just black and black and black, so much black, and it's consistent. I've knit this entire ball already, so I know this side is gonna stay like this because the dye, the stripes in the bigger size were very consistent row to row. It was like 1 row of black, 2 row color, 1 row black, 2 row, the Kenergy like teal, pink, blue color. And so I know I'm gonna have to tear this out to here, weigh my skein, cut it in half, and alternate the skein. I did not want to have to do that, but I will not wear this like this. Like, this is ugly. So I love the yarn. It's very soft. I just wish it would have turned out like this one. No problems at all. I just threw it on my needles and all of a sudden had to take it off my needles because it went so fast. Not the case here. Once I finish knitting up this whole skein, this whole ball, I will be using just a scrap fingering weight West Yorkshire Spinners ball of fingering weight held double to finish this, so that when I fold up the brim, it'll have a black brim, or if I want a black hat, I'll have the Kenergy colorway for the brim. So these are going to be a pair. Third time's the charm. I will take this apart today and start again. I ended up getting a tool though that will help me, and I'll share that with you in the acquisitions part. The next item on my projects list is the Tolsta Tee by Clow of the Creabea. I had to start this over as well. I cast on the neck, ribbing was fine, cast on the yoke, counted all my things, was doing the most, and it just didn't occur to me that the starting point was the back of his shoulder. And so the yoke was jacked the first time. It was not right. It was not right. It was like this. Like, arms were not where they were supposed to be. The chest wasn't where it was supposed to be. Nothing. It wasn't made for humans. So I ripped it out to the ribbing because I stabbed myself too many times with my super sharp needles to just completely tear this whole thing apart. I was like, my skin will not be in vain. So this, the black ribbing that is black tweed, is from the original cast on. And then I redid the yoke and then split for sleeves and knit the body. All this yarn, the red and the ash tweed, or it's ash, I guess. It's like a dark gray tweed. I'm calling it black. It is by Fig and Posy Fiber Company. I think they stopped dyeing yarn, so I'm not sure how attainable this yarn is to get anymore. But if someone's destashing, I highly recommend it. It's so soft. It's fingering weight. It's really light. I just knit the red for the body. The black is gonna be for the ribbing and sleeves. It's a perfect transitional piece, especially here in New York. Like this weekend, it's supposed to be 80 again. Like it's fall, it's October. We're going into November, friends. And it was 78 yesterday. It's supposed to get up to, I think, high 70s again today and maybe hit 80 over the weekend. I can't be having these heavy sweaters. So I'm knitting this light transitional top because the sweaters I currently have are very heavy. They're for like the butt crack of winter when it is just frigid and there is no end in sight. So I'm knitting this. I'm on the ribbing. I just kind of started the ribbing and then wanted to start the Musselburgh hat when I was on my trip. So I put this on ice. And I might end up picking this back up sooner rather than later just so I can have it to wear. And also the hat is making me very distressed. So I might just use this to distract me from the hat so I don't have to think about it for so long. But I also know the hat's gonna be a quick knit once I get it figured out. So that's this Tolsta Tee. I have not knit a Tolsta Tee yet and I am really enjoying it. I love it so much. I will definitely be making more. Let's see. Moving on to acquisitions, I guess. So in Nashville, I was running my first 50K ultra marathon and I ended up finishing 4th in the women's division. So really excited about that and wanted to commemorate the entire training and race experience with some yarn. So I went to Bliss Yarn in Brentwood and picked up some skeins. This first skein is a gift. My sister-in-law picked this out. This is going to be socks for her Christmas gift. It is by Big Sky Yarn Company in the colorway Montego Bay. It is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. It is called Star Sock and it's super soft. It's stunning colors and will make a fabulous sock. So I can't wait to see how this color patterning happens in socks. I just love seeing how things pop up in your project as you work along. My second skein acquired from Bliss is from Ruby and Roses, and it is their Plump Rose, 85% merino, 15% nylon, 400 yards per 100 grams, good for a US size 2 needle. They also call it super fine #1 if you use the numbered yarn or follow the numbered yarn scale. And I don't know what to call it's Dagrule. I'll show the camera what it says and hopefully it flips it in the right direction. Not quite sure what the name of this is, but it is so soft and it's squashy. It's so nice and just, you just want to squish it for forever. So this is going to be partnered with a different yarn that I purchased for a different project this fall. So we'll see this in a little bit. It's coming back. The last yarn I got was a Halloween yarn because I love Halloween so much and I couldn't not get it. And it is the Haunted Dream House, inspired by Barbie and Halloween, and I love them both, so I had to have it. and I'm gonna make some super tall, super visible, high vision socks. This is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 463 yards per 100 grams, and it is by Hot Knit Yarn. And I will look hot in this. My feet are gonna look so cute. Probably won't get to this till next year, to be honest, because I have so many other projects I want to knit. But if I'm in the middle of winter and need some color, you better believe I'll be grabbing for this one. So I'm very excited. Okay, now for the yarns I bought for other projects and none of them worked. So sometimes it happens, friends, sometimes it happens. I had never worked or bought yarn from Surella. She's popular. Everyone's used this dyer and the colors are beautiful. So I've been wanting to knit the single malt sweater by Maxim Cyr, and I have this fabulous, like 10 out of 10, no notes, fabulous mahogany yarn by Fig and Posy Fiber Company. And I've been looking for a partner for it so I can hold the fingering weights double to make a DK and knit like the size large, because it's a man size sweater, but it would be like a size small, my size. Let's start from the beginning. Basically, this just ends in a bunch of disappointment. Spoiler alert. So I had first purchased these two. Let's see. So remember Kenergy? Remember this guy? This is a proper blackest of black yarn. And there's black in this hat, in the dye. I wanted to pair a black DK Stellina with this. So when you flip the brim up, it's not only black, but it sparkles. That was gonna be my thing. And then if you flip it inside out, you get a black sparkly hat with the Kenergy up top. It doesn't, like, for me, it doesn't get better than that. This is what came in the mail. This looked black online. The name is Black Cat. It's from the Halloween dye lot experience. Let me show you what black looks like. This and the camera and the lighting, it's what, 3:22 p.m. here. So we are on the side of the sun going in the downwards direction. So things look a little darker here on camera than they are in person. It's like a very dark taupe gray brown. Taupe gray brown, whatever that is. It's not black by any means. It looks black when it's by itself, but when you hold something up that is properly black, this isn't it. And like, it kind of looks like it works together on camera with this, but in person, I assure you, it is not. It does not go together. It kind of looks like it goes together. It's like the puzzle pieces that have been cut out extra special, and you're like, does it go like this? Because as a kid, the pieces didn't go like this. But then, I don't know, I was building a puzzle like 2 years ago, and I was like, what did they do to all the pieces? Like, this is not how puzzle pieces are cut. And turns out they have angles now. It was a hard puzzle, and I'm not a puzzle girl, but I married into a puzzle family and they are professionals. So I let them take care of that puzzle, and I watched and drank things. So that was the DK Stellina fail. However, I will be partnering it with the Ruby and Roses. So there is a happy ending. I just don't know what I'm gonna make with it yet, but I do know that I wanna use these two things together because of the brown and this and the brown and this, and then they get together like that, and it's just so good. So happy endings, unexpected, but here we are. Okay, so in that same order from the Halloween collection, there was a color called October. And this was like a warm brown. And I ordered 3, and I was like, I don't know if it'll work, but I was like, maybe I'll pick up the brown notes in this mahogany string and this mahogany fiber and make it like on the warmer side. This is what came. And again, the lighting in here makes like the color that it is in the camera would actually work really well with my mahogany yarn. This is not what it looks like in person. It is a little lighter. It's funny. See if I hold it back. Kind of. It's like chocolate. It's like milk chocolate blonde brown. It's not super, super dark, but it's not light brown. It's like in the awkward area. And this is fine. It's so soft. It's 100% superwash merino. And I'm gonna make a My Secret Crop by Jessie Mae Designs because I really want a brown tank top and it will take one skein. So not a complete loss. I had ordered 3 of these because I wasn't sure if it would work for my sweater or not, and I wanted to get enough to make my sweater if it worked. And I ended up gifting the other 2 to a friend of mine. And I know that she loves them. So the other 2 went to a really good home. I have this one to make a little crop top with, and it's all great. So then the Surella Autumn line came out, and I was like, okay, this is it. The dye lot called Cottage had some red undertone, and I was like, brownish red, and it was dark. I'll try to put a picture up here, and then I'm gonna do a comparison picture because I'm pretty sure these are gonna come up too dark on this camera, and I want to show how absolutely not the same they are. I got this and like my heart just broke. These ended up being way too light. They're too pink. They look like a dark mauve in person, like a mauvey, light brownish pink. Again, they look darker on the camera here, but I will do like a comparison and contrast picture with what is advertised online and what came in the mail. So I know buying from dyers, independent dyers, dye lots are going to be very different and not look like the pictures. But the pictures were so different. Like, I understand if it's a mohair or a Surrey or a cashmere, which like might, because they're so fine or fluffy or dense, might have trouble soaking up dye to the vibrancy that the other fibers might absorb. So I thought I would be safe with superwash merino. And these actually, in this natural, like dark, like sunsetting natural light, look more like what online looked like, honestly, than in person. But it's fine. I'm gonna knit the Friday tee by Petite Knit, but make it long sleeve. So it'll be like a second light long sleeve sweater. I like the texture of it. I like that it's top down. I like the really thick raglan on that. And I think it'll be beautiful. I don't know when I'll get around to knitting it, but I do love the yarn and I do like the yarn color. I think it will look good on me. I just was really hoping it would be for that single malt sweater, and it's not. So I have officially decided to stop buying yarn online that pairs with that mahogany yarn because it just won't go. It will not go together at all. It needs to be in person because it's just such a specific color that I'll have to take it to a place in person, which is fine. Let's see. Then I do have one more. It's a scrap project that I've been working on. Hold tight. So this, I didn't finish it. I got as far as I could at my audition today and had to stop because I'll need to use my black scrap yarn. My black scrap yarn is like, you're like, do you have enough black scrap yarn? And yes, I do have enough black scrap yarn. This doesn't look like a ton, but it goes a long way. Like she rolls far. This is leftover cashmere from various projects, and I'm making a weekender headband. So this is Gepard garn, cash sock. So soft. I could not recommend knitting with it more. I've got so much out of that skein. It's ridiculous. It never ended. And then this is the black West Yorkshire spinners with Antracite, Cardiff cashmere blended together. What I had left over from a bralette I made. And honestly, like the stripe that I did in my bralette, because I didn't think I'd have enough cashmere to finish, is like this size. So feeling a little bitter about that, but it is what it is. I will be finishing this off with black because the ends get folded in anyway. So I'll just quick fold in the bottom here so you can see. The top will be folded down with the black side. This side is folded up, and it's gonna be a little headband guy, and it's gonna be cute. I love the weekender headband. It's just it's so sweet, and a great use of stash yarn, because like who doesn't need a headband? And like it's a great gift, and it also doesn't take tons of yarn, but it could take tons of yarn. You can end up going all the way and like make a hat with it if you're like, wow, I have way more scraps than anticipated. It's just a good fit. So this is a scrap project that I forgot about. That's because it's not really super important. It's just kind of there for mindless crafting. So that's all the yarn. And then briefly, I'm gonna go over the little tools that I have acquired. So I did not have any Project Saver cord that I could try on outfits or try on projects with, and it made it really difficult for sizing things. Really, honestly, the bunk hat was the first sizing issue that I've had in a very long time, so I've been quite lucky. But on Etsy, I purchased these little hollow tubes. I got hot pink and teal. I'll link both Etsy shops. They shipped out so fast. They sent little notes. Like I love buying on Etsy because you're supporting a small business, and as a small business owner, I'm all about supporting other small businesses. So it came in a little rose gold tin, and they're 120 inches long, I believe, and you get 2 in a pack. Then from a separate seller on Etsy, I use DPNs to knit socks. I love DPNs to knit socks. I will be trying a 9-inch circular for knitting socks because I'm curious, but I'm kind of a ride or die DPN girl. And I wanted these little jelly markers because I've lost just so many ends of stitches off of my DPNs because I travel with them. So I got these, and then the seller also included this like little silver hoop, which is going to be great for just holding all of my markers, frankly. And they also gifted me this like free little circle stitch marker, which again, so cute, and I love it. And I don't have anything like that, and I kind of like the bead that's on it. It's a nice touch. So this was really cute. And then the same seller also had progress keepers or progress markers, and I did not have one. And I know a lot of people have just like tons and tons of different cute little progress trackers, and I just typically use a safety pin because I'm not really interested in all the little knickknacks. But I absolutely had to have this one. It is a sugar cookie snowflake, and I I love vanilla cake and I love sugar cookies. Like, I'm not really a chocolate girl. I love vanilla. And my husband is also a vanilla boy. So like vanilla ice cream is always in our house. We have vanilla cake, vanilla cookies. Like, it's just, because when it's good, it is so breathtakingly good. Like, you can taste the vanilla extract, you can taste the almond, the texture of the buttercream or the whipped cream or the, like, whatever frosting is put on there is just like 10 out of 10. So my mom makes amazing cookies, my mother-in-law makes amazing cookies, and my sister-in-law makes, sorry mom, but like my sister-in-law makes probably the best cookies on earth. So she's a queen. So this sugar cookie represents 3 women in my life that feed me cookies during the holidays that I love so much. And yeah, I actually knit a sweater inspired by my sister-in-law's ginger snap cookies. So like, I'm like, it is no lie. She is the cookie queen. Those are all my acquisitions. That is everything I have knit on, the trials and tribulations of ordering yarn online and starting projects over. So this has been a long OK Crafts episode. We are at 31 minutes and I'm gonna leave you there for now. Hopefully I can get episode 5 uploaded, because as we speak, that's currently not up yet because I forgot. So hopefully I'm able to get episode 5 to you very soon. This episode hopefully will be posted very soon. And I hope you all are well. I hope that if you are in the midst of crafting, getting gifts going for Christmas, or for yourself, that things are going really well. You're having a fun time exploring just yarn and colors and patterns and all the fun, exciting ways to make art and craft and find joy. So thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye.